Ooh. Um, I personally have this belief that we all are a certain age. So like for me, my age is 22. In my mind and body, I'm always stuck at like 22. I don't know why. But because I think when we're young, we look at people when we're in high school, you look at me, maybe, I'm in my 30s and it's like, oh my God, that's so far away. But when you get there, like, I still feel really young. Like I thought all those 30-year-olds had it totally together, and we don't. So I think we don't really grow up. I think even when you're 80 years old, you still feel like you're 20.
I think often growing up looks like cynicism and people becoming hardened to a lot of things. Like I look at the way my kids view the world, my actual offspring, my little people, and adults, and it's definitely different. So I think there's a transition that most people go through. Unfortunately, that transition often looks like people becoming more hardened to things around them. So I think growing up can look different for different people, but often it's people becoming more jaded and more cynical.
I feel like a lot of people define it as like not like really having fun anymore. Like that's like growing up, like you're not silly and you're serious and it's all like work, work, work. And I think unfortunately people think that's growing up and do that, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm really similar to how I've been.
I think that the greatest gift that we can give to anybody is of ourselves and our time. And so I want to be remembered for showing interest in people and having their best interest at heart and helping others find their true potential and achieve whatever they want to achieve, no matter what it is.
I'd like to be remembered for someone that improved life for those around him, someone that made the world a better place than how it was when I entered.
My sons are always embarrassed. Oh, Mom, don't say anything. Don't do that. Don't draw attention. And I just think that all the success in our lives has been by just stepping out of the comfort zone and drawing attention and doing something that mattered.
Happiness is balance. So finding a balance between the things that you have to do and the things that you want to do.
I would say happiness is definitely not something material. It's not the amount of stuff you have or your job or anything. I think it's just being able to use your gifts and abilities to encourage and help other people.
I think that it's really just about accomplishment to me because we all put in so much hard work for certain things, and it's hard grinding through all that. But in the end, when you reach your goal and you accomplish something, all the hard work gets erased. You never look back like, oh, I wish I never worked that hard. Not taking opportunities to travel. If I could do those things, in college I'd go abroad. I would have done all those things. I wish even today that I took advantage of those opportunities.
Band in high school. I joined very, very late, but I wasn't really a participant, and the only reason that I joined was because there was a girl that I liked in the band.
I had fun, but at the same time, it would have been nice to travel to Barcelona or Paris or something for college.
I try not to think of missed opportunities in my life because it's just I can't do anything about them now that I've missed them. So I try and think of just what I can do today and what I can do moving forward.
I think that that is way too big of a question even for me to answer. And I think that's something that I grapple with pretty regularly. It's when you get out into the real world, that's one of the things that you realize pretty early on. You don't have specific metrics like getting an A in a class or a percentage. You don't get graded. It's a lot more ambiguous.
I don't necessarily define it as in terms of money or stature, but success is really finding a happiness and a fulfillment in the work that you do.
People will tell you this. They'll say that there really are three big aspects of college life. There's a social component, the academic component, and sleep. And that at any given time, you really can only do two of them well.
I didn't.
Lots of coffee. that's about it, you know.
I didn't. I slept through so many classes in college. My thing was I would go to every class. I never cut class. I wasn't always awake though.
No. I mean, my room was so small that it's like I didn't want to be in it really at all.
It would have been a man. Definitely that.
Do what you love and follow your passion. And just really, I think truly, you can do anything you want if you believe in yourself.
Really, it would be define your own happiness. Like, figure out what you want because you want it, not because all your friends want it or your parents want it. And just when you figure out, like, what you want, just, like, pursue it aggressively. Like, get it.
You know, I'd like people generally to be more considerate of others. I find that it becomes more prevalent in the world that people don't care. They don't care. They're not considerate. They're not even civil to one another. You know, everybody goes about their business. They're all about themselves. And I think if we had a little more consideration, a little more civility, a little more kindness in the world, it would be a better place.
You know, college is what you make of it. Here at Doherty and at most places, we put a lot of emphasis on what college you go to. And I think that's a silly thing to put on people because you can go to a UC, you can go to Princeton, Harvard, wherever, and college becomes the choices you make while you're there. So you could go there or Chico State or junior college, whatever. But if your time is invested in your education, you're going to get way more out of it. So make college the experience it's supposed to be. Have fun, but don't waste your time and money.
Look for ways you can encourage other people along the way. Don't be someone who takes away from other people, but someone who gives to other people. I think is an important just philosophy to approach life with, and that's more important than the job you have or the money you make. That if you operate under the assumption that putting other people's interests before your own, I think it can help go a long way.
Do the things that are important. I mean, you have 80 years or less usually on this earth, and so do the things that are going to be important, that are going to be meaningful for you, and the other things can be left behind. You know, it's the conversations at 2 a.m. about who is God and what's the nature of life. Those are the things you'll remember. So take advantage of those opportunities.